In case you haven't guessed yet, I love the history of dance. I find it fascinating to know where all of this stuff comes from, and I think it's really cool how dance can really be for anyone, and it's so culturally in depth. Today, we're exploring what dance is like around the world. Now, I've talked about ballet and tap and all that stuff, and so I'm kind of branching out away from that. We'll only talk a little bit about that stuff. When we look at places like Ireland or areas of the UK, we find that step dancing plays a big impact in types of dances that you'll find over there. In Hungary, you will find that folk dancing is something very intricate to their culture. It's how they tell their stories. We also find various forms of folk dancing throughout France and Italy and Russia. And of course, in all three of those, we do get our ballet. That's my one touch on that today. Throughout Germany and Austria and Bavaria, you'll find that that's actually where waltz originated. And you'll also find that there are different derivatives of polka. You'll also find that Poland has their own type of polka dancing. So each of those are a little bit different from each other. Africa is a huge continent, and with that comes some really awesome dancing. So when we hear the term African dancing, it's really vague. Each community has a very specific style of dance and a way of dancing and how things are done, and it's very based on tradition. And it's really cool the more you learn about each of those communities and why certain dance steps and movements are important to that community. An offshoot, being in Africa, would be Egypt. Egypt is where we start to get our belly dancing, our Eastern dancing, which you'll find elsewhere throughout the world, but that's kind of where the root of it started. Again, to kind of be a little vague, South Asia gives us many cultural dances. You'll find, especially in areas like India, many of those dances kind of pull from yoga and different martial art forms and say praise to different gods and goddesses and different types of thankfulness, and again, just a history that means a lot to that specific culture. In the Pacific, again, big ocean area, we have Polynesian dancing. Now, Polynesian dancing is its own separate thing. We have everything from the Hawaiian Islands, where we talk about hula, to areas of New Zealand and Tahitian dancing. Those are all in the Polynesian group. We come back towards the Americas, and you'll find that there are different nuances, like different styles that you can do when you're in Jamaica, and different nuances you'll find in Cuba or the Dominican Republic, and different types of Brazilian dancing, and how some of that can also pull from, again, different martial art forms. And it's super cool when you see how dance can be so different, but everyone around the globe is unified by dance in some fashion. It's throughout all of the communities. Tomorrow, we're going to talk specifically about dancing across the United States, because there's a lot of different geographical nuances there too. I will see you then.